welcome to the Reveal Podcast.
Hey.
How you guys doing today? It's me, Shelby, my wife.
Yes, sir.
And we're starting the first episode of the Reveal Podcast. We're so excited about this thing, man.
Glory.
We've been working on this thing for about a year, you know. So we decided the opportunity that God has led us to be able to do such a thing, right? Take us out of our comfort zone. We've never done this before, so this is our first time.
Yep.
First episode. But this first episode is going to be about us. We're not going to go over a topic or anything, but we're just going to explain who we are, who Shelby and Rodney is.
Who are we?
You know, so Shelby, go and kick this thing off, man.
All right, man. So, I am your girl, Shelby Rogers. Well, Shelby Stiggers Rogers. Stiggers is my maiden name. I am from a little town, West Point, Georgia, but it's big things popping in West Point, though.
No,
to me.
No, it's not.
To me, in my heart, that is where I'm from. Yes, and grew up a preacher's kid, PK, to the day that I die, okay? So, yes, grew up preacher's kid in church 24/7. Almost every day of the week. You know, there were some days we were very, very tired and wanted to go to our grandma's house, but we still had to go.
Right.
My family has a lot of people that are preachers, teachers, educators, singers, actors. So yeah, I come from a long line of those fields, and love what I do, man. Love singing. It is a gift that I have, and just love bringing joy to people everywhere I go. That's what people tend to say when I come around. That's how I got my husband too. Just being a bubbly light of just fresh air. I'm just refreshing, to anyone that I meet.
You got too much energy.
Yes, burst of energy. But yeah, so I did grow up in the church. So I got that firm foundation, much needed. Of course, when I was younger, I didn't understand that. Just going to church every day is kind of like you just going to have fun, as a teenager, as a kid, and everything like that. You had your ups and downs. But then, of course, I got to know God for myself. Went soul searching. When I went to college, you get involved in just peer pressure and everything else that you can get involved in college, the drinking, the partying, and things that'll cloud your vision. Like, I'm just going to be real, and that's the one thing we want to do on this podcast is be as real as possible.
Right.
Because we are not perfect people. So we don't want to portray ourselves as that. But of course we make small and perfect adjustments in whatever season that we are in to keep our marriage alive and thriving. So yes, I attended KSU, Kennesaw State. Yes, so I have a background in human services. And so I am a working wife and mother by day. I also went through a time where I stayed home. I was a stay-home mom before I kicked off a full-time career. And that had its ups and downs too. So, and when I was in college or just growing up, of course, I love kids, and I knew that it had to be an amazing feeling, to be a mom and everything. But I was one of those people that was like, if I see women and their kids in Walmart or somewhere and they taking up time, like, ooh, they need to do something with their child. They need to get their child. She need to get herself together. She don't look right. Her hair all messed up and things like that. I had no clue, y'all, what these women were going through at that time. And I have asked God to forgive me over and over again. Like, oh my gosh, God, I never knew. And please forgive me for just reacting that way, to people with kids, because now I understand what it feels like to be a stay-home mom and taking care of all the kids and everything around the house at the same time, taking care of your husband. It's a full-time job. It is a full-time job. So yes, and we have 3 lovely children, all boys. And I love them. I love everything about them. I love my husband. He's amazing. But that is about me. That's most about me. Of course, you're going to find out some more about me as we go along on this journey. We're so excited. I'm just excited to share any knowledge and experiences with everyone.
Well, long intro, y'all. But yeah, so I'm Rodney. I'm the hubby. So, hey, just a little bit about me. I'm from a small town, Tifton, Georgia. Was born and raised there. Stayed in Tifton all my life. Actually attended college there for 2 years at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. People in Tifton know it by ABAC. So I did that, and then I just got bored at home, so I decided to leave and join the United States Air Force. So I served in the Air Force for 8 years. I was the aviation resource
Thank you
manager.
for your service, husband. Thank you.
You weren't there for most of it, but but I did serve.
I was there when I needed to be.
I did serve 8 years. So that was exciting times. Learned a lot, right? Then from there, I ended up leading me to Kennesaw, Georgia. So that's where I met my wife at Kennesaw State University. One of the best times of my life. That's where we met. We met there back in 2010. And we're going to tell you more about that story later on in the podcast. But also, I'm an owner of God's Plan
Oh, yes.
Incorporated. So, as she didn't mention, she's a CFO.
CFO?
Of God's Plan.
CEO, okay.
And also, she's a full-time worker for the Department of Family Children Services. She's a case manager.
Yes, I am.
So
my
she
daddy.
deals with kids, battered family, homes, and I mean, all the above. I mean, I can imagine what she goes through on a day-to-day, just speaking with these people, trying to nurture them, give them the right information, give them the right foundation to things that's going. Also, me, I work for AT&T. I've been for AT&T for 7 years, so I'm a district manager with one of the best companies in the world.
Woo.
Awesome company. They've been a
They have
blessing to
blessed
me
us, yes.
and my family. We've been there
Thank
7
y'all,
years.
thank y'all.
Thank God, 7 long years. 7 tough years if you know anything about sales and retail and business sales. So I'm currently a district manager for them. Awesome opportunity, and I'm so excited. Every day I go to work there, I learn something new about myself and about people. It actually assists me in increasing my people skills, learning how to deal with people from CEO level all the way down to just management and,
Yes,
and just
sir.
regular employees. But in each and every step of that, they make an impact in my life, and I'm so grateful for that because I learned from all of them. I'm a father of 3 beautiful boys, as she mentioned.
Yes, sir.
Rodney Jr. That boy's a trip, y'all.
Yeah, just like him.
All right, then I got Gabriel Rogers.
My little Gabe.
That's my Gabe.
Gangsta Gabe.
He's a gangster, y'all.
At night.
He's a gangster. And then we have Caleb. That is our youngest boy. He's a joy,
Sweet.
intelligent, sweet little boy.
Sweetheart.
But mean too now, y'all.
Can be.
Mean.
Well, all 3 of them. Don't take no food from them. You better have their
Them
food
boys
and their
can eat.
drinks ready when they come.
They can
okay?
eat. So that's a little bit about us. All right. So, hey, we're going to move forward in this podcast. We're going to explain how we met. So let me tell you how we met. Yeah, I got this.
Oh, y'all.
I got
Get ready, man.
Oh, you know I'm ready for this. You hush, woman. Listen.
Lord.
So let me tell you how we met.
Story.
This is a true story. I'm going to make the short version of it because I don't want to
True
keep you
story.
guys long. But before I even met this young lady right here, man, I used to have dreams about this light-skinned, long-haired girl in my dreams, and I didn't know who she was because I'd never seen her before. And I just wake up and like, who is this girl I see in my dreams? And mine is 3 years before I met her, right? 3 years before I met her, and I used to have these dreams, maybe once or twice every 6 months. And it's kind of crazy how God shows you snippets or previews of your life, right, before they come. And
It's like deja vu.
yeah, more than deja vu, girl. It's prophetic.
Pathetic.
But so fast forward, went to the military, and I was there, and what happened was one of her line sisters called me because I already had a relationship with them prior to.
Shout out to Zeta
You know,
Phi
to-
Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Yeah, shout them out, girl. Shout them out. So one of her friends called me and she said, "Rodney, are you single?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm single." I said, "Why?" She said, "Ooh, friend, friend."
Y'all gonna hear us say that a lot. Friend. That's all we said in college.
And she was like, "Friend, do you remember that girl Shelby?" I said, "Yeah, I remember Shelby." I said, "You know what's going on with Shelby? What's she doing?" I said, "Is she single?" She said, "Friend, she is." I was like, "Okay." I said, "All right." I said, "Why you ask?" She said, "Hey, we're gonna get you guys together, and we're gonna introduce y'all to each other whenever you come visit back at Kennesaw State." Because then this time I had left, to go do some active duty time. You down there at Moody Air Force Base, and I was staying in Valdosta, Georgia. So I said, "Okay." So fast forward 2 hours later, No, I say no, not 2 hours, maybe about 5 hours later. I get a text in the middle of the night. My phone just saying ching 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 ching. I'm like, who is this?
That was a woman of the night then.
You just bored and wanted somebody to talk to. So but in all seriousness, but in all seriousness, and we just started talking casually and stuff like that, and one thing led from another, and I ended up coming back to Kennesaw State the next semester. And that's when things started hitting off and we got serious and stuff like that. But I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So once I got back to Kennesaw State, I remember them mentioning that. But I was going to class one day, and I was walking down the class, and I seen her actually, and I was looking at this young lady. I said, she's pretty.
I lit up, y'all.
She's pretty, and so when I was walking by her, I saw her face, and I'm like, I don't seen this girl before. Not knowing this was the girl of my dreams the whole time, right? So time goes on. I used to see her around campus. She'll speak. She'll say, "Hey, Rodney," and stuff. After I met her and stuff. So one night, a couple of her line sisters and some of my friends, we was just walking on campus and stuff. Middle of the night, about 10 o'clock at night. I mean, it's dark. We just throwing the football. We just chatting and stuff.
Chilling.
And all of a sudden, I asked them. I said, "Hey, all y'all are out here." I said, "So what is this Shelby girl at?" "Friend, she always in the room. She just want to sleep all the time." I said, "Sleep? Girl, we in college, man."
Dude, y'all know college students, like, we try to get it in when we can. You've been studying hard. You just need that rest.
Oh, my God.
Okay?
But in all seriousness, so I ended up saying, "Hey, do you think she'll mind coming out tonight? I really want to get to meet her." And they was like, "Okay, we're going to call friend." You know, I see friend a lot, is what they used to say. But I said, "All right, go ahead and call friend up, y'all. Call her up. I want to see who she is." So they call her up. And somehow, someway, they got her to get out of bed. And she came down. And then when I saw her, I said, "Okay." So she got this nice looking hair. Got a nice little shape on her body. I'm like, "Okay, all right.
See, he can work
So we got to talking and stuff. And then one thing led to another, man. And got to talking, and that whole night we flirted with each other, right? Mm-hmm. But let me back up a little bit. So let me back up a little bit. So when when I saw her, I just knew she was gonna have this etiquette so proper and all this stuff, man. But y'all, this is a true story. As soon as she got to talking, I said, "This girl is country."
He fell in love even deeper, y'all. Even deeper. He loves my southern accent, okay? I know you love it.
You know what, my kids acting country because
I know you love it.
I'm from the country, but I don't act country. but one thing led to another, man, and didn't know this girl would end up being my wife. At this point, we've been married almost 7 years, been together 10. Mm-hmm. It's been the best thing that ever happened to me, man. So we're very excited. I want you guys to get her insight on what she was thinking through that process. So go ahead, talk to her.
Well. Man, like it didn't really come to me in a dream. I'll start with this. My college days were like the best days, man. We had a good time. So I encourage, any young people that's looking at going to college. Well, it's COVID-19 right now, so I don't know how college is looking right now. But if you ever get the time to experience college, then you should. It's a great experience. But yeah, so like he mentioned, I am a part of the best sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Okay, so yes, I met him through some of my LSs. I had been dating around in college and things, and I remember I went through this time, like after a relationship that I was in before I got to know Rodney. I don't know, it just really hit me hard, and so I had told myself that I wasn't going to try to get into a serious relationship. The only relationship that I needed right then was with God.
I had that power.
So I really did some soul searching then. I went to church every now and then while you're in college. But you get caught up in just studying and in that undergraduate mode or whatever. And so you kind of drift away from things that you learn and value, like when you were growing up as a kid. But after that last relationship, before I met him, I started trying to get more into my word, or just trying to get a little bit of meditation, every day. Just started to focus on me and focus on God and what he would have for me to do. Right. And then I remember my prayer was, Lord, it was just simple now. I said, Lord, just don't send me what I want. Send me what I need. Send me who I need in my life, somebody that I can build with and just grow with, and someone that loves God, so I don't have to try to change him to make him be something that he's not. Because when I was dating, it was like, you ask those first little questions about, hey, do you know God? Do you go to church? Along with all the childish stuff like, well, what's your favorite color? What you like to do? Things like that. And some guys were involved in church, then others really didn't have a spiritual connection. And it's like, it's crazy now when I look back and I'm like, I feel like God was telling me then, you don't need to be with this person. But of course, my flesh overtook that, and was saying, yeah, just try, he'll change, if y'all get married, he'll change, things like that. But nope, there was not going to be a change or whatever. And I'm glad that I got away from that and started to focus on myself and God, because then in walks Rodney, Dwayne, and Rogers, okay, looking all fine, okay, and chocolate and stuff.
I wasn't bald headed either at that time.
Yeah, he was not bald headed at that time. But really, I want to say that a little birdie had told me that you was like crushing on me, but at the same time, I think you was with someone and I was with someone too, so we were just focusing on those relationships and things to see if it was gonna work. So we did it the right way, y'all. We didn't go cheating on whoever we was with.
Right, y'all hear that?
Time. We waited. So
God.
That shows a lot. That shows a lot about, our
character.
Our character, integrity, and all of that.
Right.
Respect and all that for other people's feelings and stuff. So then finally that one night, well, it was a couple times I think we had saw each other around the campus, like just hanging out. Right. But that one night in particular, they was hanging out, and I was in my room. I was just sleeping. I was like, yo, like, friend, I can't come. But then they're like, come on, friend, come on. We been walking around, we having fun. You always in the room, friend. Come on. I was like, all right, man.
Sleep all day.
So we got out, and I will say, when I saw him, I'm like, oh, he looking cute, man. He too cute. And so, we got to talking and everything, and playing around and like really flirting hard, y'all. Like when I think about it, I was like, we was so childish. We was like flirting, cause like it was something that we was talking about, and I was like, you better not hit me on my butt or whatever. And he was trying to, I guess, get a feel or something, how far I was gonna let it go, y'all. He was trying me. And so he was like, well, you can't tell me what to do, and whop, hit me on my butt. But he said, instead of me saying, you shouldn't have hit me on my butt. What you think? You need to respect me. Instead I was like smirking, like, oh, okay, so he kind of like that. Okay.
What in the world?
That way. All right. Nah. And then we was just playing around, like running around and stuff, just being real childish. Right. So like it just, I don't know, it was just a breath of fresh air, man.
It was very genuine, I could say. It was genuine.
Yeah,
it happened naturally.
Yeah, it happened naturally. And I want to say, like, when we started like dating and just talking on the phone, we talked for like hours, man, just texting and talking, just about everything, man, just family and all that. We really got caught up in like just talking and getting to know each other. And then of course we finally, I think we got to spend actual time together, like November, like around Thanksgiving. And I remember we was so excited to see each other because he was off at the base in what was that, Valdosta. So he came down and he saw me, him and his homeboy
Marcus King. What's up, my boy?
What's up, baby girl?
Shout you out.
So yeah, man, they came through and we had a good time, man, just getting to know each other, and the chemistry just was there, man. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like after a week of like dating, we just knew, we just like it was, we didn't have to tell each other, you my girlfriend, you my boyfriend.
Let me tell y'all something. We're getting towards the serious part of this podcast, but in all seriousness, we never gave each other titles the entire time that we dated. I think that was one of the things, because I see a lot of people, and even me from experience, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or what, but anytime I put a title on anybody I dated prior to my wife, it never worked out. There was trouble. We had issues. We just didn't have that bond, that connection. We wasn't equally yoked at all. So So coming into this, I said, you know what, Lord, I'm just going to allow you to do what you do in this. And I'm just going to flow with it. And I just flowed with it. And we never said we girlfriend or boyfriend. We never really posted pictures of each other till later in our relationship. And then all of a sudden, one day we were just talking one day, and she just out of the blue said, I love you. And she tried to act like she didn't mean to say it, y'all.
He trying
and then listen,
like...
yes, it was. And then when she said it, when she said it,
guilty.
When she said it, I said I love you too, and she was like, "Oh my God, I just knew you were the same way." And I'm like, "Oh God," I'm like, "All right, we ain't gotta get scrunchy and scrawny and bubbly. Let's just get to talking." But yeah, in all seriousness, but I mean, this is just so natural, and we know it was God sent. God definitely was at the forefront of this. He blessed us abundantly above all that we can ask for, and we are just grateful. And we got 3 beautiful, intelligent boys through this that's going to do some great things for this world, for this kingdom of God that we're serving. And this right here is going to lead us into, why did you choose to marry me, Shelby? Why?
Why did I choose?
Right.
I will say that it was not just for looks, y'all. Of course, that has to go along with the package. You know, whenever you date somebody, you gotta be attracted to them. You gotta have that chemistry.
Right.
But his spirit really spoke to me, and it was just a calming spirit. Like I didn't have to like overthink, or I don't know. I wasn't so caught up on like the imperfections, you know, of even though, you know, he was fine, things that, you know, could be like a set off to other people or something. Could have been the way he smelled, or, you know, maybe his feet or his hair or something looked a certain way. Or, you know what, I'm going to tell it like this. When we first got together in November, Rodney had just ate a sandwich, y'all, and his breath smelled like onions like the whole time. His breath was so stinky. But you know what? I didn't care about that stinky breath, because it was like his spirit inside of him that was just
I care about my stinky breath. You should have told me.
I should have told you. But, you know, I was just caught up in the moment. I'm like, he's still cute, you know, and I'm liking him.
And you knew I wasn't no stinky dude.
Yep, I knew you weren't no stinky dude. You smelling good with your little cologne and stuff like that.
I had a hot dog. I think I did.
Probably did. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, it was really his spirit inside of him that attracted me to him. And then of course when we had conversations about, you know, God and like our spiritual backgrounds, like how we grew up in the church and things, and I was like, oh my God, like we can really make this work, you know, or whatever. But I mean, of course that came across my mind, but I wasn't so quick to just, you know, say everything that came to mind, because I was like, I want to take, you know, my time and just take it all in, think through it, or whatever he's saying. And then of course, you know, my flesh on the other side was like, he ain't perfect. It's something about him that, you know, he say he this good dude that know Jesus, but we will see. But I just love that that you chose me, you know, to be your wife, and that you saw, you know, something great inside of me. Rodney is my motivation. He is my counselor. Like, and throughout our marriage, he's become like my best friend. I don't want to tear up, but he has become my best friend, y'all. I can tell him any and everything that comes to mind, comes to my heart, and you know, he gonna tell me the truth. Like 100. Let me tell you, he is blunt, honest about everything. Like, and you know, sometimes, you know, it may hurt your feelings a little bit, the way that he comes across, but it's the truth. I think it's mostly conviction sometimes that people feel when you're telling them the truth about themselves, and instead of like,
I don't say it mean, y'all.
Right, he don't say it mean. Yes, kind words. We always close it out by, you know, kissing and hugging and things like that. But yeah, he's so honest. I love your fierce honesty with me, and man, you've been a great provider for our family, like, and leading us, you know, on the path that God would have us to do, pushing me to be more than what I am, just a regular 9-to-5 job. You push me to be a better mom and an entrepreneur. Like, you are my cheerleader, man. So
grateful.
I mean, and I'm your cheerleader too. So
that's right.
Yeah. So that's what I love. The main thing that I loved and what drew me to Rodney was his spiritual. His spiritual side and his spirit that's inside of him, that realness.
Thank you, baby. It's lovely.
Well, give me kid. Give me sugar. Thank you, baby.
But I would say one of the things that I mean, my decision was already made months into it. I just had to wait the time to see, who I really had. You didn't want to, even though something is right, but you didn't want to just really jump into it. Just wanted to make sure that this was right. Make sure her past lined up to my past. We were equally yoked. As a man, I think that's very important. Because society can create this whole presumption of life, and and how women are, and we just say, hey, whenever your heart tells you it's right, just do it. But I've come to believe, your heart can sometimes lead you astray, and I had to be sure that I heard from God completely. And I heard from God, and it was powerful. And this girl got traits that I wanted. She's a very kind, loving, genuine. She has the passion to help people. And I related it back to kids. I'm like, okay, when we have children, how would she be? And I see how she treats others in the spirit she exudes when people walk in the room and they love her. And that was a perfect example for me to say, hey, I can see myself having kids with her. I can see this. And then the second thing, I went back and said, let me find out what her past is like. Who is her mom? Who's her dad? Her dad has been a pastor now for 25 plus years, I think it is. Her mom's been there by his side. They've been married for 30 plus something years. So I mean, that there in itself is showing that she has a strong foundation. Most importantly, from God, and her family lives off that foundation.
Your family too.
And I'm excited, so because that's what I was built off of, right? And those are the things that I carry myself within myself, and the things I look for to ensure that we have a foundation that's strong on God. And I believe with our foundation we have with God, anything is possible. We can go through anything, and we will get through it with no problems at all. And two, I needed somebody to help me. I couldn't do it by myself, right? I think one of the things that men tend to carry on their weight on themselves is say, hey, I have to do this by myself. I gotta do what I need to do. I can't show emotion. I can't cry on my wife's shoulder when I need to. And quite honestly, in the beginning of my marriage, I did that. I did not really go to her for advice, for help. I didn't allow her to be a helpmate. But as we went on, and how God humbled me to say, hey, you got somebody right next to you that's your best friend. You can talk to about anything. If you need a shoulder to cry on her shoulder. Right. So as I grew on, I found out that's not being a man walking around with your chest all high, acting like you don't cry, you don't got no emotions. God made all of us with emotions, and that's what God built it for. And crying is a stress reliever, and I cried a lot. So, so I'm grateful for her to be in there and just listening to me, and also accepting my flaws, prior to we got married, because you're not going to find a perfect partner, but you got to find somebody you can be able to deal with those things that they're going to carry over from their past, from their family upbringing, from mine.
Somebody that's going to ride or die.
Somebody's going to ride with you, so I'm just grateful that she understood that, and I couldn't even be. I can't thank her enough for that as well. So
thank you, boo-boo.
We're excited. We got more to come. This is just the beginning, y'all. Y'all don't even know what God has in store for us, and it's exciting. We have our days where we may have lacked faith, right? We all gonna fall short of the glory sometime, but guess what? We're gonna get up and we're gonna maintain. We're gonna continue to push in faith.
Okay.
So, baby, I thank you.
Thank you too.
And I love you.
Love you too.
And last but not least, y'all, we're going to end this episode on why we wanted to do this podcast, right? So just to give you a little snippet of why, and I don't want to give too much detail because we're going to elaborate on more of these things later on the next episodes and stuff that we got coming forth. We want to start this, right, because we see in the community, our community, right, that there's a lack of faith, a lack of marriages that works, right, that don't have that doesn't have a foundation to live on, right? What's our motto, babe?
Faith, family, marriage.
Faith, family, and marriage, and we want to build that one day at a time, right?
Faith,
so that's important. So, and also through our trials and tribulations, we had financial turmoil, we had marriage issues. We went through multiple counseling sessions for years, to help our marriage. But the one thing that I love about the both of us, we never gave up. We never said we was going to divorce each other. We had to put in our mind that, hey, we're going to get through this, right? Right. Like I said, some of those things were challenging, but we was able to overcome, and we have overcome, and we're still overcoming. We're not perfect, so, but I'm just grateful for where we are, where God took us from. So we feel obligated to be able to come to you guys to, to discuss these things, right? To help you guys with it, to have faith, right? To help your marriages, to help your families, to give you a strong foundation, right? And I believe that is what everybody should do, because everybody has a gift, everybody has a talent, a calling upon your life. And I feel like this is one of the things we have to do as a couple, right? Each of us have a individual calling, or if you want to call it a gift from God, but at the same time, when we marry, there's always something that we can do together. And I'm excited about that. So, y'all, don't forget to click the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the bell. Share, like, and tell your friends about this, y'all. And we're so excited, and we're gonna see you guys in 2 more weeks from tomorrow.
Yes. So tune in.
Tune in. See you guys later.
Faith, family, and marriage.